Let's check in with the traffic volumes in some of the roads in Durban. Holidaymakers are expected to descend on the coastal city this Easter weekend. Law enforcement officers are on the ground to monitor road users. Let's cross live to eNCA reporter Lethiwe Mdluli. Lethiwe, many were expecting the roads to be jam-packed this weekend. Perhaps just tell us what it's looking like where you are.
Well, Heidi, I can say that from yesterday we have observed that there's not a lot of cars that are on the N3 this afternoon. We've been basically trekking from Uthugela all the way to Mooi River where we are right now, and I want to show you exactly the amount of cars that we're seeing on the road. Of course, we were expecting a lot of holidaymakers to be coming down to Durban for the Easter weekend. Normally you'd see like a jam-packed traffic on the N3, people heading to KwaZulu-Natal, to various parts of the province, from Gauteng, from the Free State, and from Mpumalanga as well. But this Easter holiday, we're seeing that less and less people have opted to come to the province. Of course, the N3 toll concession has reported that from 11 a.m. this morning till 12, they have counted about 1,200 cars passing the Mooi River toll plaza, which is not a lot of cars when you consider the fact that it is the Easter long weekend. Yesterday we also spoke to the MEC for Transport, who was leading a campaign where they were urging motorists to be safe on the roads, and basically what he said was they were expecting thousands and thousands of people, and that is why there's law enforcement police all across the N3. This is a very, very busy route, Heidi, here in KwaZulu-Natal. It links the province of KwaZulu-Natal with provinces such as the Free State, Mpumalanga, and also Gauteng. So everyone who's coming from those provinces visiting the province will be using this stretch of the road. But unfortunately, we've seen that less and less people have opted to be driving. Yesterday, I did think that some people would be driving today because they would be working on a Thursday, but we're seeing less and less more cars. And of course, speaking to the N3 toll concession, eNCA did report that they were saying they've seen less and less traffic for the Easter holidays this year.
It's an interesting one, Lethiwe, because many were expecting an influx, especially to KwaZulu-Natal. It's going to be interesting to see whether people opted to just not travel this Easter or if they decided to rather fly to KZN. I know you briefly mentioned the fact that you are seeing law enforcement, but maybe just tell us if you driving all the way to the Mooi Plaza, if you have been seeing law enforcement on the ground. And I'm curious to also know, Lethiwe, about buses and trucks, because we do know that there's been an increase in trucks on the road. Have you been seeing that?
Well, Heidi, we have been seeing a lot of law enforcement agencies on the road. Speaking to the MEC for Transport and also the head of RTI, Victor Chetty, yesterday, they did share that they have hotspot areas where law enforcement will be spread out. They have recalled every police officer that was on leave for this weekend to come back because they are expecting a lot of people to be heading into the province. The MEC also did share that they have bought 15 new vehicles for the RTI department so that it can assist in having a lot of police officers or traffic officers deployed along the N3. And when we were driving from Uthugela all the way to Mooi River, we did see a lot of police officers on the road, and they are doing their job basically. And of course, we are going to be tracking the amount of numbers moving towards Durban as to how many cars are actually heading to the metro. And we are going to be visiting those hotspot areas because we do understand that Durban is a hotspot area. The N2 leading to Mpangeni is also a hotspot area, and also Pietermaritzburg. Right now we are close to Pietermaritzburg, so we will be checking whether there's a lot of law enforcement agencies along the road, because you'd understand that following the recent crime increase in Durban, in places such as Durban and Pietermaritzburg, the government and also the police will be looking to having more police deployed to make sure that there's peace this weekend, and that visitors will have the quality of life that they would expect when they're on holiday. So we will be keeping an eye as we drive towards Durban and keep you updated on the amount of cars that we're seeing on the road as well.
Okay, thank you so much for that update. That is our reporter Lethiwe Mdluli out in KZN.